Hello and welcome into SorareAndrews, brought to you by Sorare. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Joined once again by Andy Black on Sorare today to talk about the threats that we get if we want to withdraw money as if it would ever happen. Andy, we were just saying how both of us have submitted our IDs and our blood samples and our DNA samples in order to get approved for our cash wallets. And you were like, well, it hasn't been approved yet. What can I do? What can I do? And I was like, well, I don't think you can withdraw. And you literally just started laughing at me.
Yeah.
And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah. So people can people send me a cash offer right now for a card that I have listed if I enabled both wallets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We found something out today. We meaning Sorare data. So, I mean, it's out there. So I'm not sharing any big secret. Maybe it's a little secret. But based on their extremely helpful graphic of where you could send your money.
Oh, don't forget the dash line.
So yep. I'm actually speaking of the dash line. I think, actually, let me pull this up. So it looked like if you were a cash-only buyer, you could not see ETH-only sellers, right? So you put if I'm cash only, and you're ETH only, and you're like, I want to sell this card for 3 ETH, I would never know that was out there, and that I would need. I don't even know what 3 ETH is now. 8 grand, 9 grand. So from what we have learned, that if you are a cash only player and you find a card and you want to make an offer on a card, even if it's ETH only, you can still make the offer in cash. And the seller will be presented with hey, somebody wants to buy your card, but it's cash. Would you like to open a cash wallet and accept this offer? And that was not on the graphic. But it's there. So if you have cash, you can just buy whatever you want as long as the seller does it. Blue Tomato said, why is everyone hating on the graphic? I think it explains it well, except I literally just explained something that is not on the graphic.
I think that's part of the struggle is they were trying to anticipate like all of the different scenarios, and it sounds like they missed one, but they were trying to figure out every single scenario where people were going to be asking them questions, and that's the output, I guess.
Yeah. So what's interesting is that if you were only looking at ways that you could see a card to buy on the buyer side, this graphic explains it. So,
but you can still see the card on the platform. You just can't see that it's for sale.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so what I believe is missing from this chart. So we have visible and buyable, visible and not buyable, but we actually have invisible and buyable. It's not actually the offer is or the ask is right. The invisible part. The card is not, but just it's something there.
Techers sent me a cash offer just to test, and I definitely got it. So we can definitely receive those.
Can you accept them even without your cash wallet approved?
I don't know, but I wasn't going to accept what he.
That's fair. That's fair. I like this jumpsuit giving them credit. The best Web3 graphic ever. Let me just bring it back here. There it is. It's Web3 right there, baby. Oh, Tecker said it was a classic lowball. So were you willing to take less because it was in cash or more because it was in cash?
That's a good question. Like, are the way we evaluate things gonna change? And for me, uh I think there's gonna be like a really foggy time coming up where, because I do think that the market is mostly going to shift towards cash and less towards ETH. Although
Mhm.
I think that's going to be at the lower end of the market. I think that the whaley side, and somebody, was it probably you and Sean or you and Gator, somebody else kind of discussed this earlier, where the whales are still going to deal in ETH. And I don't know if it's going to be like exclusively, but I think that top end of the market is still going to be more ETH, and then the limited, like lots of the smaller buyers, the new users and stuff are going to come in with cash. So I think
Mhm.
I have cards that fall into both of those categories. So I'll probably be in the middle where I need to kind of know both of the sides. And I
Sure.
think it's going to be really confusing at first. And I'm a little fearful of not mistakes, but just like not getting great value on things because I'm not paying like 100% attention, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely going to happen, and I think somebody joked around already about like offering $1.2 instead of 1.2 ETH. And be like, whoops,
Yeah. Like
sorry.
find somebody's unique and offer them $1.6 and see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. See what happens. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. The good place with this excellent comment here to start. Wallets are the one area of Sorare. Well, I'll never have a stack. Which JVIC comment brought to you by Mango Pay. Thank you to Mango Pay for putting all this together. So yeah. Oh, Mike Basson, I thought that was a new progression grid. Oh, I like that. The cat ETH and cash only. Maybe that's the one. But I think it was actually me and Maxime who were talking about it. So you picked the
I
one
think that's
show,
right. Yeah.
the other show this week. But speaking of Sean, as we were going through kind of what the announcement, and I was talking to him, and he was like, "So how much more do I get for cash offers?" And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, obviously, I prefer ETH, and so if I want to sell a card in cash, how much more do I get?" And I was like, "Nothing. You get
No,
nothing
he'll have to put that into his gallery name that he wants 110% value on all cash offers.
on whatever the ETH is in cash." I
Yeah.
will say that he came up with a fairly reasonable complaint that I don't think that they can really do anything about. Is the you no longer list cards, or excuse me, when you list cards, they're no longer pegged to ETH, even if you are an ETH only player. And obviously, if you're ETH only, then you'll just get ETH. But like how we used to have the fiat values fluctuate based on ETH movements, we will now have ETH values fluctuate on ETH movements. And so everyone's like, oh, well, now I'm going to have to like really check every time there's an ETH movement. I'll have to relist my card. And I was like, well, you kind of already had to do that if you were focused more on limiteds. But I completely agree with you that it's just going to be a steady progression, not to be confused with the progression bar of limiteds will absolutely, I mean, limiteds are already mostly fiat. Like it is, obviously it's been in ETH, but like people think in fiat, and it'll go to rare and then super rare and then uniques. But I do believe, so I think I said previously that I thought it would be within a year that we would all be off of ETH, and I've changed that to December. I think for limited, it may not even take that long.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
maybe it'll take a year for uniques, and like it's almost like we need new cash whales to come in to replace the ETH whales, which, come on, guys, water's fine. Come on in.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I did have something that I kind of wanted to talk about, and I think one of our community members brought forth some really great questions in the feedback channel on the Sorare Discord. It was Mark Aleli.
Mark Lely, yeah. So I heard about these excellent comments, but I refuse to go into the Sorare Discord, so I haven't seen them yet. So hit me with them.
Yeah. So first question that he had was, do Mango Pay have full custody of the funds? Are they controlling all of the fiat from all of the Sorare users?
Hell yeah.
Which um, uh, I think that people probably need to have answers to these questions. Uh, I mean, who does have custody of the money? I would assume it is Mango Pay. I don't know enough about Mango Pay as a company. Like, is this a big company? Is it not a big company? If if these ETH balances get really high, how reputable are they? Second question was if they do control all of the funds, are those funds insured on a per user basis? If so, how much? Um, like uh, FDIC would be a good example here in the States. I don't know if other countries have equivalents,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's the question that we're getting at, Ben. What happens to us if Mango Pay goes under? And I think that that's kind of that's the whole idea behind Web3, right? Is, my money, my keys, my crypto, um, it's all in my wallet. I don't want anybody else to have custody of my stuff. Well, this is a very Web2 thing. So it would be good to get answers to those things. Especially with people with like massive galleries, and if they're going to hold massive fiat balances, is it insured in any way?
From what I've been thinking about it recently, and Chani, thanks for pointing out my wrong mic again. I think Germ is right, though. Every time Chani shows up, my mic switches to the wrong one. Anyway, because they were talking about how they want to introduce like Apple Pay and Google Pay to be part of it. And I want to believe that in the future, maybe not the distant future even, that we don't necessarily need to hold a cash balance on site, and that we almost just like use Apple Pay and Google Pay when we want to do things. Does that make sense?
So you're using your bank account wallet?
Right. I'm literally using my own bank account instead of having to use one named after a fruit.
It's a good fruit though. It's like might be the best fruit.
Oh man, hard disagree on that, but I mean, I think they're fine, but that's absurd.
Well,
But then saying if withdrawing is as easy as they
what, you can't say that and not say what your alpha fruit is.
It's pineapple.
Oh, okay.
Like I think
pineapple.
so. The way that this is actually what people really are here for. I think if you want to rate fruit like this, it's like what is the best when they're each at their best. And I think like perfect pineapple is better than anything.
Yeah, I will concede that pineapple is delicious, and pineapple is a lot easier to eat than a mango.
Mango is such a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. It's like, it's food that you have to work to get the end result. It's like pistachios or something.
It's amazing to me that they're so prevalent because it's like it's way too much work for the fruit that you're actually getting out of it.
Yeah.
Chani brought up watermelon. Watermelon is actually my second.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Shout out on that.
But that's another one though where it has to be at its peak. I like a bad watermelon is just like it might as well not even be a fruit. Might as well be like I'm eating a tomato or something.
Yeah.
Not that they taste anything alike. It's just not good.
My favorite are the people who say honeydew, and they're like, great honeydew is like the best. And I'm like, nobody has ever had a good honeydew. Literally never. It doesn't exist. Everybody has one, and they're just like, man, if this was like how it should taste, like nobody actually knows what that tastes like.
Yeah.
Nanzo is waiting for when pineapple pay. I would sign up for that. I would hold a cash balance with pineapple pay.
You trust them a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have like a pineapple core thing that makes it so easy. Like you would think that like buying a full pineapple and like cutting it up and everything is a real pain, but like it's. I'll show it off one day. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely bring that on stream, and maybe that'll even be a week that you carve a pineapple on stream for us.
Sure.
Show us how you do it. Show us how the pros do it.
Yeah. I went to Costa Rica for my honeymoon, and that's where like most of the world's pineapples come from. And I tell you, Costa Rican like local pineapple literally cannot be. That's when I changed. I don't even know what I thought before that, but since then I'm like, this is it. This is the pinnacle of fruit. What are you talking about today? Oh, your wallets. This is
Yeah,
it.
you
Brandon,
were going
the
to say something
pineapple twist
important,
cutter.
but then
This is
I
the game
went
changer.
down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet I have a picture of it. I've definitely done this before. I'm going to look for it.
Yeah.
So in response to all of, sorry, I'm literally typing pineapple into my Google Photos. In response to Mark, so did Mark get any answers to his questions?
I don't think so.
And honestly, do the answers matter?
Yeah. Of course they do. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Sorry for those listening to the audio version of this because you're missing out on.
So why the answers matter, if it is insured up to X amount, you don't want to hold a balance probably over that amount.
Obviously, they matter, but are they actually affecting what you do?
Most users probably not.
Right.
Especially if you're playing budget friendly, under $500 or something. I mean, granted, it would still suck to lose that, but
Sure.
I don't think that I think that matters less. Maybe, I don't know. Like saying that it doesn't matter is probably poor, but
It's like XP. It doesn't matter until it matters.
yeah.
Do you have any plans in terms of like how much ETH or cash you're going to hold on site?
No plan.
Well, like, I guess, yeah. Like, do you have an expectation that you should hold as much cash as ETH or more?
I think for someone like me, it will be very beneficial to have a good size balance in both, because there will be like cash only players that only accept cash for their cards, and if there's a card
Yep.
I want, I don't want to be in a situation where, granted, you know what, I'm savvy enough to where if I needed to convert ETH to dollars and put money on the platform, I could, but I would rather not have to do that, especially if
Sure.
I'm like at work or something and just like want to pull the trigger on a card real quick. Be a lot nicer to be able to just do that without having to like withdraw ETH and move it
Yeah.
and do all these things. Yeah. So I will definitely hold balances in both.
I haven't deposited cash yet because I can't. I guess. Yeah, I still can't.
Well, can we not do it until September anyways?
Oh, that's right. Well, is that what it was? Yeah,
Or was it
maybe.
withdrawal? I don't know.
Withdraw. Actually, let me ask you something. So you're still pending, right?
Yeah, it's like thinks I have a fake ID or something, I think.
So when you go to your cash wallet, does it still say add my ID as if you have not done it yet?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I think that's not helpful at all.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's actually being reviewed or if it was denied or if something went wrong. Yeah. But I can add my ID again if I want.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Mine failed to fetch like 17 times and then fetched like a good dog. And then all of a sudden there was nothing there.
Funny, that's exactly what happened with mine. Lots of failing to fetch. And then it fetched.
Well, it said it fetched. We don't know if it actually fetched.
Fair.
Anyone can say they're fetching. Anyway. Oh, there it is, Mike Basson. That'll teach you to shave the beard.
It's coming back a little bit. Maybe not.
Blue Tomatoes seems like Andy's on a blacklist. Had to. Well done. Joe Ducey said he had to redo his pictures to make sure they were JPEGs and not JPEG.
Who told you to do that?
Joe?
Out of curiosity. Like, did you open a support ticket or something?
Tevin said their passport was declined 10 times before being accepted.
Okay, curious. Are you guys actually getting a message that's saying they're declined? Or
yeah, that sounds great.
are you just guessing and then you resubmit it and then
right? Is it just a failed fetch?
Yeah.
I will say that one of my favorite things about the Cash Wallet is when I click on it on my account, I can find out what my ETH balance is actually worth in cash because I just like never looked. Who knew? That's what it was worth.
Maybe I should check my email.
Chani was approved in 10 minutes. Must be nice.
Content creators get all the perks.
For early access to jerseys, cash wallets. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mike Batson's wondering if his digital cards get more or less tired with Mango Pay now holding them. Good question. Good question. Oh, Mike said Chani never shaved his beard. That's why he got approved. All right. Charlie said his went through in 2 to 3 minutes. All right. We're obviously just on some sort of American blacklist here.
Yeah. You know what? I might just retake the picture and see if it maybe it didn't like part of it or something and resend
I redid mine. I just resubmitted mine earlier and it didn't work.
No. Yeah, everybody's perfect over here. We're just spreading fake news on this stream. Just pure fake news.
Yeah, for real. What cash wallet?
The cash wallet is fake.
Yeah.
It's fake.
This is just how they get all your banking credentials.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a phishing email for your
goes straight to the IRS. All of it. Here are all the transactions Black has ever made on Sorare.
Yep.
That's the man.
Yeah. Imagine the IRS trying to figure that out. Anyway. So do you think that you'll always accept ETH or cash?
What?
When you sell a card, do you think you'll always accept ETH or cash?
No, I think it's going to, like, even when I answered that previous question about I'll always want to have a balance between the two, I think that that's more of like me thinking short term. Long term, I do think it's going to shift one way or the other, and I think my guess is it's going to be mostly cash on the platform.
I mean, there's realistically no outcome where it's not one way or the other. It's both ways to cash. Yeah, I think so. And I don't think that, like, I think a lot of people have had discussions about, like, the split economy isn't going to work. There won't be liquidity to support one or the other. It's all going to need to kind of go one way. And I think I agree with that. Also have no, like, science to back up that claim, but it just seems that a split economy would not be good or anyone's best interest. Nobody comes here for science, Andy. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I will say that the big fear that we talked about with Jimmer about having 4 separate wallets did not come to fruition. So that's good. They did a really good job with the fiat conversion where you pick one currency and it's locked to your account forever, which I gotta think that would be like a support ticket, and they would fix that for people if they needed to. Like, I don't know, what if I move to England and I disavow the United States and I want to switch all of my money into pounds? Hey, I'm a squids guy, so so. If I want that to be my currency, I'll bet they would switch it for you if you really. It was almost like threatening, like you will never, ever be able to change this. Like, really? I don't think I took it like threatening, but they were very adamant that they were not really gonna be changing that. I felt that they would. I felt attacked. Kunjin here is saying, how do auctions work now? Can you bid with both ETH and fiat? And if so, does it work with the ETH value? So you can bid, I think it's still done in ETH. And so if ETH moves, you're going to have weird price movements. But I think the ETH conversion is locked at each bid, not it won't actually move if ETH moves after you bid, but it's still
Maybe don't put a big early bid on something.
maybe.
But we also have max bid, which helps in some instance there, right?
Can you max bid in fiat?
I would think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works now. Like if you well, I didn't know how it worked a week ago. If you've set a max bid in fiat, and then it, does that affect the ETH bids that you eventually make?
Yeah. I know for me personally, I'm not smart enough to figure all that out. That sounds complicated. And I'm just not going to bid early on things. I'll wait till the last minute. I'm going to bid in whatever currency, probably ETH, but
Yeah.
it just seems like that would be really dangerous to like put a big bid in early and then there's some wild swing in the price of ETH and now I'm paying way more for a card.
When do you think that people start getting upset about the euro to dollar conversion that Sorare use?
Well, we don't know what it is, do we?
We have no idea what it is. But like, what happens when it's like you offer me, I'm in euros, and you offer me $10 for my card, and I only get like €3, and they're like, "Sorry, conversion," and it's like, well, how do we know?
Well, on their end, the offer will come in as a euro offer. That's the way they're going to see it. So they'll just decline.
Right, but how do you know that euro offer is correctly equivalent to the dollar offer that you actually made?
I mean, I don't think that there's like huge day-to-day fluctuations in currency valuations. So I think that it'll be pretty. I don't think that that's a big worry.
I'm worrying, Andy.
Like a dollar's not worth $1 today and then worth 2 tomorrow against the pound.
I don't even know what the conversion is right now. I don't even care. I'm still going to see how far I can go without ever putting cash into my wallet.
What do you mean by putting it there? What if you accept?
Like, I want to see if I can just go forever without actually depositing cash into my cash wallet.
Yeah. I kind of want to put like $50 on.
I thought about that.
No idea why. I just want to do
just to make sure it works. I can't. We can't.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Add the ID, please.
It'd be kind of fun too to like just build like a team for $50 and see what I can do with it. Like a road to glory with a Fred Hemming stack or something.
You can do that right now with your ETH.
I don't know.
And pretend it's $50.
But it's more fun when it's like, I don't know, not more fun. It's just, hey, I'm trying to come up with a use case for the damn cash wallet for me.
Well, the only reason the whole ID thing came up this morning is because our good friend Gator Guy sold a card for cash. It was his first one. And I don't think his ID is approved. So we know that you can sell a card and hold the cash. I actually don't know if he can use that cash or not. I don't know. Oh, here you go. Chani came up with it. Cash to glory.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerome was here too. Cash wallet, road to glory. So I actually hate roads to glory.
Why is that?
I assume it's roads to glory. And it's because I just have no interest in watching all of the junk cards you have to start with. Mike is saying that Gator Guy and I should challenge one trade in cash and the other in ETH. So we talked about this, not that specifically, but we were saying to each other that the limited stuff that we're doing is all in cash and has already completely opened our eyes to the cash side of Sorare that we basically have been in and ignoring because we always hold ETH. And it is eye-opening.
Yeah. Mike said, has anyone ever reached glory? And I think that's a great question. And I think if my dad gave me a small loan of $1 to $2 million, I could reach glory, and it would be like silver spoon to glory, or I don't know. We'd have
Will
to
to
come up with,
glory?
what's that?
Will to glory? Like a will that you write to
Yeah,
inheritance to glory?
we could come up with a fun name for it.
Ah, it's such a loaded question too. Has
Unfortunately,
anyone ever reached glory?
yeah. Fortunately, my dad is not a millionaire, so that's not going to happen.
If your dad was, would he give you money to spend them on JPEGs
Oh,
for
I'll tell
glory?
him I'm doing something else with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying properties,
All
assets.
right.
I'm buying assets.
Assets. That's right. That's right. Mike Basson. The old fastest way to become a millionaire in football: start with 10 million.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ooh, I didn't even realize that the Midtjylland game is on right now. You're not
yeah, but
watching it?
Gustav Isaacson is transferring to Lazio and killed my lineup, so I literally don't even care.
He is. What position does he play?
He plays like as a second striker winger type guy.
I saw that they were signing Daichi Kamada as well.
Lazio.
Lazio.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess they got some money to spend, huh?
I guess so. I guess so. They should have even more money when they sell Luis Maximiano.
Oh my god.
Here you go, Ben Johnson. Maybe the real glory is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I think everyone's going to be using fiat soon, and you're going to have to start paying a premium for ETH. The opposite of what Sean is hoping for and demanding. Although I think Sean operates in the sphere of market that will take the longest to change.
Yes.
But I do think that Sorare whales who switch to fiat faster will have a step up on the others.
Yeah. How how do you feel about some of the, I'm gonna call it shady dealings that we're gonna have with some of our like big pal type galleries that are gonna do the uh, ETH to cash
Yeah.
exchange process for you at X% rate?
So I think you brought this up because Rody Boss tweeted about it. Like, would you
Yeah.
want an ETH? It's funny to me that anyone said no. They were like, hey, would anyone be interested? Or do you think this would be a good thing to have? And people are like, nah, I don't think that's good. Like, who cares? Let people waste their cash to get ETH on site.
I thought,
But it's
well, I figured it would mostly be the other way
the other
around.
way. The other way, right?
Yeah, like so that, I mean, in theory, I don't know what fees are like on the fiat side, but in theory, you could exchange your ETH for fiat to one of the big traders and then just withdraw it straight to your bank account. So I would offer them, $1,000 for, or I would offer them 0.5 ETH for $1,000 in one of
Yeah.
their custom series cards, and get the cash and then just withdraw it.
Remember when they said custom series cards wouldn't have utility?
They do.
They might be the most utility on the entire platform now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen. Like, I think they're kidding themselves if they don't think that's going, like, that there will be plenty of people who offer that.
I think it's
whether
bad.
it's right or wrong, or
I don't know.
good or
I don't know
bad.
why, but I think it's bad.
I think those people could somehow get in trouble. Not with Sorare, but like, I don't know. Mike is calling them unregulated money sharks, and that could be a bad look for Sorare. I think it's a short-term thing, to be honest, though, because again, ETH is going to be gone soon.
Yeah.
From Sorare.
I had another brilliant idea the other day, a pawn style account. So we have these bots now. We have these these trader accounts. What about a pawn shop? Like,
What are you like? Just a rental, basically?
no, 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 no. Like, hey, I have this card, this Champion Europe card. He's not playing all summer. I'm gonna give it to you, and you're gonna give me point X ETH, but you're gonna hold it for me. And a week before Champion Europe starts back up, I swear I'm gonna pay you back. But you're only gonna give me, 60% of value or something for the card. And then, if I bug off and never never come back to get the card back, well then they just keep it. Way too much risk.
So I feel like this. I wish Jimmer was here because I feel like immediately Jimmer would be like, there are obviously smart contracts that can do that.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't see this is going to sound terrible. I don't see the negatives if you can do it through a smart contract.
Yeah. Well, what if you didn't and Pal just had like a board
Yeah, and you just
in your
trusted
office
him?
where he's keeping track of all the
Yeah, just like a whiteboard of
yeah.
Hello, Maxime, mixing up your American slogans. It's Capital One, not Geico.
Yeah.
Geico's the gecko. He doesn't say that. Come on. I think that there was a time where we believed that Sorare were enough of a Web3 company that they would be able to take advantage of smart contracts to introduce a loaning system that worked for everybody.
It's not loaning. It's pawn.
No. Not the pawn thing. But I was like, at one time, that many times we've talked about this.
Yeah.
That smart contracts should allow loaning. And there's been publicly zero acknowledgement that they're working on it, that they know that people want it and whatnot. But sorry, I'm reading these comments. Maxime again, the what's in your wallet, and Mike Baston said still a condom from 1998. Sorry.
You never know, right?
All right. But I think that's a perfect use case for smart contracts. And I think it's like the best way this is the best way to bring them back to being like a real Web3 company. No more of this Web 2.5 shit that everybody was talking about the other day. You want Web3, here are your smart contracts for loaning and Pawn Stars.
Yeah. I think this all could be a bridge, and eventually they will do more Web3 stuff. But I'm thinking probably not. And it's going. They're more concerned right now with mass adoption, and they don't care as much about the Web3 stuff. Which I think I think like 90% of the current user base probably doesn't either. Maybe that number's higher.
Yeah, it's probably higher. Maxime said nobody uses smart contracts anyway. I still don't even really know what they are. Anyway, Mike Basson has a serious question to get us back on track here. Is the Cash Wallet really going to bring in as many users spending on the platform as everyone thinks?
Is that a question? Are you asking me?
I think he was asking both of us, and since I read it, I was going to let you go first.
Okay. Yes, I think it will. I think that I don't think that it's like I don't think it's bringing big spenders, but I think that it's going to bring a lot of new users, a lot of smaller budget players.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to.
Which I will take this time now to say the limited market dip. The limited market dip is over because we have all of these new small users with that are going to come in and play the limited side. So you can call it now. The dip is over on the limited side.
August 3rd, 2023, 1:40 p.m. Eastern. Limited dip is over.
Yep.
We did it, guys. We got here. Anyway, I would say that actually, we've talked. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but it does seem like circumstantially, excuse me, we know a lot of people who are current users who are like, oh, I wanted to buy this card, but it's such a pain in the ass getting ETH on the platform. I don't want to do it. And if they had the ability to just like almost instantly get cash on the platform and spend it, they would. And I think that's where we see the biggest movement in the short term. And then in the longer term, mid to longer term, you don't have people like Sean Newsham ruining his pitch by being like, hey, you like crypto? Come join Sorare. And instead, you just don't even have to mention it.
It's funny because I was I was at the game and I was like sitting behind Sean and I'm watching him show this guy the app and everything, and the guy was like all on board and was loving it. It was like, oh yeah. He knew this guy, he knew this player, whatever. And then the moment Sean mentioned Ethereum or crypto, or I don't remember what he said, the guy
He
was like,
literally
oh,
used the
I'm
phrase,
out, I'm going.
yeah.
He's like, nope, that's a scam.
Like, he literally used the phrase like, do you like crypto? I don't. If I was trying to pitch someone on Sorare, like I literally wouldn't even mention crypto, like zero. And the pre-cash wallet. And the idea that, hey, you like crypto? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah. I do know that most of the times I've tried to help people on board or get on the platform, there has always been some hang up around getting money onto the site. And like one of my buddies just never ended up doing it. He was like, all right, this is too complicated. I don't remember if he was using MoonPay or Ramp, but it was like denying him, and he was like having to re-upload things, and he like finally he was just done with it, and like he was totally on board, and then all of a sudden was just, I'm done.
Yeah. It does seem like there were significant challenges in using Ramp, or what was the other one? MoonPay?
Yeah.
Sorry, not to be confused with Mango Pay. And I think like those frustrations had to have made the cash wallet priority move way up the list, because you did have people who were like, I want to play, I want money on this site. And a third party was like, nah, sorry, I can't do it. And you can't have that. Can't do it. Surface said, would you mention blockchain if you were giving a 15-minute pitch? 15-minute pitch. Forget about the elevator pitch.
It's the same thing. I mean, it's pretty much the same buzzword, and people that are anti-crypto or anti-blockchain are going to react the same. Like you can church it up however you want.
I think the only way I get to the blockchain is if they ask.
Yeah. Like, because how do I buy cards? Well, all right. That's where it gets a little complicated.
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody somewhat recently about what I do for a living, which is Maxime is here. He understands. This is a very tough question to answer.
I do data. Okay. I do data.
It's so much of a, yeah. I mean, we all know, like, explain Sorare to people, then explain Sorare data, and then explain that I'm a YouTuber basically for this operation. But so I'm explaining, like, it's a fantasy sports game where you buy these cards. And he was like, oh, are they digital? And I was like, yes, they are. And he's like, cool. And that was it. No follow-up. There was no like, where are, like, I don't think people care. Like, enough people care. But I think most people are just, if I was like, they're like, oh, digital cards, cool. Like, where are they? And I'm like, well, they're digital. So like, and they're like, oh yeah, they're like on a computer. I'm like, sure, yeah, they're on a computer. Yeah. So here's my phone. They're on my phone too. It's great. And they're like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'm in. No crypto, no blockchain, none of it. But then you have the one person who's like, well, like, how do you know you own the card? And I'm like, oh, they're on the blockchain. And that's when they're like, I think people who would ask that question would understand the blockchain. But people who don't understand the blockchain are just like, all right, yeah, I just own these pictures. Great, sweet. Yeah. Go Midgeland.
They score a goal or something?
No. I was just saying that's what we say when we pitch Sorare to people? Kevin Hurd said far too many people think Sorare is a scam. Introducing a cash wallet won't change that. So I would disagree that many people even know what Sorare is.
Yeah.
Like there's no like bad reputation of Sorare because nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Also, I think it's really hard to say like what part of it is a scam.
Oh, the Good Place said they conceded, which actually is much worse than.
I thought you said you didn't care.
Well, I don't care about that one, but I care about my Cap 240 team that now is probably not going to give me a threshold. This game is stupid. Oh, I'm at 241 points right now.
Oh. So you need 9, and what do you have, a goalie and a defender? I think I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goalie and defender.
You'll get there.
Oh, the conceded goal is not even in yet, so it's actually going to get worse. I hate this game. 234. That's actually not so bad.
You and Maxime talked a little bit about mobile and the marketplace on mobile. Do you think that the marketplace needs to be on mobile? Yeah.
Yes. I actually think a lot of people brought that up and we didn't end up actually talking about that part.
Yeah.
Which we probably should have at some point. But like, I don't know how Sorare can grow to where they want to be without allowing you to do everything on mobile.
Yeah.
And that a big part of that is just buying cards.
Right. I know Max mentioned that there are and I haven't been following it real closely. You guys probably are following it much more closely, but there have been like court decisions and stuff around Apple and like third-party games and stuff where they had like in-app purchases and over I guess either the amount of money or how much money Apple gets on those deals, because I think it's absurd. It's like 50% or something.
I think it's 30.
Yeah.
Which is absurd.
Right. For doing nothing.
Right.
Like
for hosting a store. They have the land for the market. Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's absurd. I would imagine that ironically, since they're always so much slower on this, but I would imagine that it actually gets lower for Android first. But you can't possibly. Yeah, Maxime said there it is. They give you the platform accessible to millions.
Sure.
Not us though. Not us Android boys. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I think that it has to happen. Being able to buy and sell and trade cards on the app. But I don't know what they're doing. Maxime said Google takes 30% too, but I'm saying I think Google will go below 30% before Apple does. Surface said the blockchain aspect is an important part of what differentiates Sorare from other fantasy sports products in the US. It's an asset within that niche, but continued disassociation from crypto is good.
I'll disagree.
Yeah, me too.
What other product is comparable? Rainmakers, maybe, but aren't they on their own blockchain?
Yep, they're on blockchain. Yeah.
So,
I mean, we've kind of facetiously mentioned it. Like this game exists in the exact same way as it works now if it was all just in an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
And so, like, yes, the blockchain differentiates it, but in practice, it's just that it's a different concept.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so they just, I mean, at some point they have to get around it, or they figure something out. So Server said, I'm talking fantasy sports. Sorare has blockchain. My ESPN fantasy league does not. But like, you're right, but it's not the blockchain that makes it different. Like just the idea of like buying cards, using them for multiple years and like, oh, you have your dynasty leagues, but like the actual cards, they're I don't even go to the collectibles because you could argue the blockchain makes them the collectibles, but people buy shit that isn't on the blockchain at all. But like, it's important and doesn't matter for most people, I think. Maxime is saying you don't see anything crypto related when you play Rainmakers. It's all just cash.
Well, I think we're going that route here shortly, right?
Yeah.
And like from a marketing perspective and from a new user perspective that doesn't care about the crypto aspect of it, they'll never know, and they'll never really need to know, to be honest, that this exists on the blockchain. Like, they might find out, but I don't think that they'll care once they realize that the game is fun.
Yeah, it is kind of funny because I was actually just about to say, like, the blockchain is what allows you to actually like sell what you have. But again, it could probably just be done in Excel also.
Could be done, yeah, in a database.
Yeah. Should we go start a database, Sorare?
We'll do it with rugby cards, and they'll look just like the Sorare cards.
Yeah. And we'll use Google Sheets. So everyone, that'll be the transparency. We don't need a blockchain. We have shared Google Sheets, man.
Yeah. Yep. Just click request access, and we'll make sure that you'll get access to our private ledger.
Yeah. Sorare doesn't have anywhere near its valuation without the NFT aspect. It'll still be fun though. Like, I mean, we're not saying that, yeah, provable scarcity is tougher. That's not true. Sell A96. That's you. B96 has your first card.
That's right.
C96 has your second. Looks pretty.
It's our private ledger that becomes public when you request access.
Semi-private.
Yeah. It'll be like a deck of cards, and you'll find out there were two aces of spades.
We're obviously kidding for anyone who's...
We'll be like, shit. Laird, I'm sorry. Your Svenkum's 69 card, we're going to have to burn that. I'll give you something to commemorate it, or I'll just pay you for it. But I accidentally minted two of them.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you accidentally burned it. And I'm like, no, Command Z, just undo. It's fine.
Right.
Google Sheet.
Yeah.
Revision history. Just go back. Fix it.
Yeah.
Man, we have fallen off the rails here. Look what the cash wallet has done to us. Just making us think we could open a database and play a fantasy game in there. Mike trying to, again, get us back on track here. So by Sorare moving to cash only, does this mean it's admitting it can't be as big as it expects to be on the blockchain crypto? Are we regressing from being Web3 to Web whatever?
I mean, to be fair, they're just changing the currency, I guess, used to purchase cards, but they're all still live on the blockchain. So I don't know.
I think I'm trying to scroll back because Maxime had the comment that I was going to show. Here it is. Just forget Web3.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree just a hair there. The ability to pivot back to Web3 is still there. If Web3 ever did take off or crypto did reach mass adoption, guess what? Everything's already built for it. It's already there, and we're ready to go. If it doesn't, well, we have a solution now that allows the company to scale and like reach mass adoption without needing to onboard all these people into a crypto platform. So I think we kind of get the best of both worlds a little bit.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think I said it with Maxime the other day that it just felt like Sorare grew faster than crypto adoption did.
Yeah.
And that if the two things grew simultaneously or at a simultaneous rate, then like they probably don't need to do this. But like crypto adoption is like, it feels like it's moving backwards. Correct. And if you have a game that is dependent on crypto, it's something completely out of your head. You can't have to pivot and be like, all right, instead of pushing our own game, we now have to like push crypto. and like
Yeah.
we convince people to use crypto first, and then our game can catch up. Like you can't do that. So Maxime said there'll be a Web3 company if I can build a side game or a side company on them without querying their API. Just fair. Can we not do that?
That's a technical challenge for you to figure out, Maxime, not me.
Are you just blaming the tech guy?
Pretty much, yeah.
Brad said, I bet you 75% of current Sorare users don't know what Web3 is and 90% don't care. So the more of that 90% that they get, the better off they are.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it really is going to matter. It's just not going to matter.
Maxime said,
I think
without
that's
blockchain, they can't say own your game.
The benefit of the cash wallet is people don't need to hear those words.
Which ones? Own your game?
Sure.
Web3.
Or Web3 or crypto or blockchain or Ethereum. Like none of those words matter for somebody that just wants to come and play this game. Good.
I will say that I still think of the blockchain, like Sorare's place on the blockchain, my cards, in the same way I did.
You just called it the blockchain?
Did I call it blockchain? Sorry. Blockchain.
That's what we should start calling it now.
That'll
be our database, by the way.
That's what we're calling our database? Blockchain? You're right. That's perfect. You're right. What was I even going to say now? Thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't want to say that I don't care about the blockchain, but I don't care about the blockchain, but I know that there are other people that do, and that's why I care about it. Like, I don't care about it for myself because I'm like, oh yeah, it's on the blockchain. Great. Whatever the hell that means. It means I can sell my card. Perfect. Like if everybody else cares, then it's worth caring about.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I see a few comments in there, Mike. We haven't owned it for a while. And like we haven't owned our game for a while. Like because they do have custody of our cards. And until we have like full custody of everything, including our wallet, I would agree with that we really don't quote unquote own our game. But I don't know if they'll ever even decide to build like that self-custody feature into the game. I would imagine no.
I feel like it would require so many people to want it.
Right.
And
we're moving that way, not this way.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Maxime said you currently don't own shit. I own the cash that I'm about to deposit on this site whenever my ID. I'm just kidding. I'm still not allowed to. When do we start to complain? After 24 hours?
Well, there's not more users?
No, that my ID hasn't been approved yet.
Oh.
But you're right. We should complain about that too. It's been 24 hours. Where are all the users?
Maxime said that he got a bunch of new subscriptions from this. So we're all going to be rich. Not financial advice. Not financial advice with the calling the dip earlier, dip over.
Like good call. Good call. Yeah. That was a close one.
Yeah.
Is Laird really Laird? I am. Tuckers makes a good point. You don't own your fiat. Wait, telling me I don't own my fiat.
Yeah, but the Federal Reserve just printed another trillion of those, so it's worth, a few cents less.
No, I still got it. Here. The problem is I keep trying to put it in my computer so I can buy a card, and it's not letting me do it. It's rubbed it on the screen.
Putting that in the floppy drive?
It was in the CD drive.
I'll get you a Fiat reader. I'll send one to you. It's USB, and you just plug it in, and it reads your fiat. I
tried to like rub it into the trackpad, and that didn't work either. Maybe if I just it's still 0. Oh well. Wasn't expecting props today.
Yeah.
Javik's got the answer right here. Have we tried turning it off and on? How do USD people do right now? They can't deposit, right? Yeah, we cannot deposit. CD-ROM, that is the word I was looking for. Thank you. I was going to say it, and I was like, that sounds wrong. Yeah, you're right. CD-ROM.
I thought you were more of a floppy drive kind of guy, but
I started with floppy drive. I'd like the big, the bigger ones, and then the smaller ones, and then what were the smaller ones called? Because they weren't that floppy.
What were they? Five and a quarter, right? 5 1/4, and then the 3-inch floppies. Yeah.
Yeah, but the 3-inch weren't. No. What were the? Oh, is that 3 inches? Maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't
know. Anyway, it's what's funny is I should probably just end the show because that was literally what was in my wallet.
It looks like you have more money than just that, though. I see multiple.
Yeah, I got a few. Got a few, which is funny because I actually never have cash on me.
So why are you carrying cash right now?
I don't know.
Hey, fan it all out, like get it really fanned out so we can really see. Oh, look at that. That's not how you fan out money.
What did you want me to do?
Is there like bills there? Yes.
I'm gonna clean everything up.
Do you have anything else in your wallet?
Like bank cards and stuff.
Can you hold those up real close to the webcam so we can see them?
See all of my IDs? Hold on. I think I might have taken it out. Oh, I did. I had my membership card to the Bronx Zoo, had a seal on it. I was going to show you that, but
okay.
That's all I got. It's actually a money clip too, not really a wallet. Double-sided.
Look at you. That's fancy.
Anyway.
Surface, do you have a problem with money clip, guys? I've got one of these. It's a knockoff. It's called a 1010, but it's like a money clip, but you put your cards in it.
Actually
nice. I like putting it in my front pocket because I don't have to sit on it all day.
I'm a front pocket guy also.
Yeah. It's good for your back.
I would like something else because this money clip doesn't work anymore.
Surface has one of those George Costanza wallets that's like this thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels so
the biggest problem with the money clip is though, it's really hard to keep a condom in here.
Wait. So where do you put like your like cards?
Like my Sorare cards? They're on the blockchain.
Jesus. Like your debit cards.
They're in here.
In that same clip? Different clip. Oh. It has multiple.
Money surrounds it.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I hate it. I mean, usually I don't have cash. So I just go like this. But again, like the double-sidedness is not helpful.
It's still two pieces though, right?
No, it's just one. Like continuous piece. And I just.
Yeah, I agree, Maxine. Get him a nice wallet is like a bonus for just.
I don't really want a wallet though. Like I want something like what you have that's just small.
Like a Ridge. Like the Ridge is like the well-known one that I think is
Ridge.
Yeah, Ridge wallet. Sponsors of the show, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're looking for a sponsor if anybody wants to do that. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it do anything cool? Does it have like a knife in it or something?
No, but you can certainly buy one of those like Swiss Army knife credit cards, and then you can pop that out of there, and then you.
Oh, okay.
But you may not be able to bring that into like a stadium or something. Although I can't imagine them ever like being like, oh, what is that? What is that there in your Ridge wallet? Can you pull that out? Yeah.
Joshua is saying, please, Maxime, I assume to buy me a new wallet because this is horrible. Is the conversation horrible or is it actually my money clip that's horrible?
I think it's that S clip or whatever you got there that is just.
Oh, it's monogram too. I forgot about that.
Was that your initials or something?
Yeah. Well, it's a monogram, so it's like AML in the middle. Anyway.
So it says ALM, ALM?
Yeah. I mean, that's how like monograms work. I think they're dumb, but it was a gift.
Your money, Maxime said your money clip makes me really uncomfortable. Yeah, Charlie, the money clip is giving me anxiety. I think everybody hates your money clip or wallet or whatever that is.
What is the concern about the
that everything is just going to fall out?
Oh. Full disclosure, this shit falls out all the time.
I bet, yeah.
Like I go into my wallet and I pull everything out and my money clip is still in my pocket. Oh, it's
this
Ridge
is
Wallet, if you are listening and would like to sponsor the new cash wallet on Sorare Data feature of our podcasts, you just come talk to us. Tiger said you can't trust that paper clip.
Yeah.
Clippy? Anyway. Well, thanks for everyone for joining this absolute shit show of a show now. Although if anybody has any contact with Ridge Wallet, I'd be happily talk to them about sponsoring the show, or at least just giving me a new wallet. Huggy said, why don't you just put everything in your pocket at that point? That's basically what I do.
Yeah. It's like just slap everything that you have together and just like shove it on in.
Yeah.
You won't even have your credit cards going in the same direction. You'll just have them all just.
No, I don't have my credit card. Yeah, no, they're all over the place. Yep. I should just use a rubber band at this point. Mike said, if you can't get a cash wallet authorized, do you need a cash money clip instead? Laird's money clip needs a road to glory. You guys are the best. This is Charlie said, I love how the title we thought it would be about the fiat wallet turns out it's a real life wallet talk.
Can you paint that thing red? You'll go from red paper clip to, a messy unique card.
It's like metal, so I don't know how well I'd have to find the right kind of paint for it to stick on this in a very small brush. Thank you for everyone for joining us. So an update for next week. As Andy just told me he was in on this idea, there will be SorareAndrews next week. I will not be here, though. There will only be one Andrew, but there will be somebody else with Andy. So I was going to say, tell us who you want to see, but I'm not going to do that because we already know who it is and I don't want to make them feel bad. So Andy will be back next week with a non-Andrew. That's one hint. I'll be back tomorrow with just myself. So that's actually a single Andrew show. And then next week, like I said, I'll be off, but we're still doing a strategy show on Monday. Sean is going to host that. Office hours on Tuesday will be Maxime and Sean. Speaking of shit shows. And then I have 2 pre-recorded videos that will also be going out next week. So plenty of content still to come. Thank you to everybody for coming. Again, Ridge Wallet, if you're out there and listening, surely you're listening after 69 minutes of this and want to sponsor, you just hit us up. Andy, good luck with your cash wallet.